Yeah, well, sometimes nothing can be a real cool hand.
Welcome to Black Irish Podcast. Hey there, and welcome to an all-new episode of Black Irish Podcast with myself, Brendan McCorkle, and Mike likes to do it right, Crawford. What's up, buddy?
What up, Brendo? How you doing this week, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, except for my hat doesn't look right on camera, so I'm trying to fix it.
Oh, that's all right. Well, that's because you have like a trucker-style hat where it's mesh in the back, but your bill's flat, and it's supposed to be like baseball capped trucker style, so you're fighting power with power here. It's like you're not using it for the proper design, so it's looking funky. It looks like you should have a pocket protector with it or some shit. I don't know.
Just wanted to wear my one winning team, so there we go.
Yeah, that's all right. My 3-year-old's scaring the shit out of me again, buddy.
What did he do this time?
So we have my wife loves Ronald Reagan. She's an accountant. She loves Ronald Reagan, Reaganomics stuff. So she has these Ronald Reagan like greeting cards or whatever that her mom or grandmother gave her. And so we let our 3-year-old draw on it because it was just something extra to draw on. But he very specifically drew on it with like purple marker, like crosses on the eyes. And then, like, you open it, like, just that, and then you open it and just scribbled all inside. Like, it looked like the Joker wrote a death threat to Ronald Reagan. Dude, it was super creepy.
That's what I'm saying. Crosses on the eyes didn't. Oh,
but that was it. It was just crosses on the eyes. That was the only thing he drew on the actual picture of Ronald Reagan. And then in the inside, it was just, like, purple scribbles all over the writing.
Did you ask him about it?
Not really. I kind of figured leave Sleeping Dog's Eye, just be like, we'll leave that till he doesn't know what's here and then throw it away. Super creep. What do you do to a 3-year-old that does shit like that? Serial killer shit.
Talk to them.
What?
If it was, I don't know who, if it was someone else's son, but it's your son, you can talk to him. Like he
and tell him what? What did he do wrong?
Explains. He didn't do anything wrong. Ask him why he did it. Is more so the question, to make sure he's not like seeing like killer stuff.
What if he is? I don't want to know the answer to that.
Well, at least if you know you got the 6th sense on, you know, at least you know to be worried. Like, watch yourself in your sleep, buddy.
Oh God, I already do. You know, my grandmother. So before we had either of our boys, we, didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl, so we were coming up with names. So we came up with Mickey for a boy and Reagan for a girl. And my grandmother, when we had told her that before we had one of those fun gender reveal parties, she's like, she hates Ronald Reagan so much. She's like, just so you know, if you name your girl Reagan, I'm just going to call her girl. I'm like, oh, okay, you're not going to call your granddaughter by her first name? That's fucking wild.
Is it that personal between Ronald Reagan?
I guess maybe he never called her back or something. Like, I don't know. She's got a deep vendetta against that dude.
Hey, if he never called her back, I can understand. Look, that's personal. And he became the president. Yeah, I would take that personal too.
I don't know. I mean, 40 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I guess she was in her late 30s. So, yeah, maybe there was a chance there. I don't know. I just thought that was odd. So maybe that's contributes to the way I am.
Maybe she went in on the schemes that he ended up running. Maybe she went in on that. And like, oh, you left me out of the money you're making, bro.
Maybe. I don't know, man. Oh, did you do anything for St. Paddy's Day? St. Paddy's Day was this past week.
No. It was around people who were getting drunk. I had on green to make sure no one pinched me. It was the first day of the NCAA tournament, so it was a good day.
Yeah?
Technically not the first day, but the first day in my mind.
Yeah, it's the first day, first real day. No playing games. Like, it's the day the actual tournament starts. That's always the best on
Yeah.
St. Patty's Day when it's on Thursday. It's the first day of March Madness. Really, technically not, but yes, it is.
Did you have your cabbage and sauerkraut?
Cabbage and sauerkraut. First of all, cabbage
No. Hold up.
turns
Corned
in
beef and sauerkraut.
corned beef and
That's what I'm talking
cabbage.
about. Or that.
You
There
do
go.
ribs and sauerkraut,
That- Okay.
but that's separate. No, yeah, I did corned beef and cabbage. So actually, funny enough, is I wasn't sure what I was gonna do. It was like I kind of like the morning of was like, or the day before was like, hey, we don't really have plans. Let's do kind of like an open door policy. So just text a couple of friends. It was like, hey, if you can swing by just to say hi, come on over. If you don't get a chance, don't worry about it. But I'll be cooking, like soup's on at like 5:30 or 6, and then you can, just come hang out for a drink or for an hour or whatever. Doesn't matter. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do that. But I also quit drinking, and I love St. Patty's Day. So this is going to be the second St. Patty's Day that I'm not drinking. The first one, I don't even remember what I did last year. But not even like I missed it.
Do?
What's that?
You know what you could do?
What's that?
You can buy like those THC drinks and then drink it with them. Like, cheers.
Oh, don't worry. I got plenty ripped via natural substances. Don't worry about that. No, but I was like,
That's what I'm about to hear.
I don't know. I still love St. Patty's Day. I don't drink. I'm like, what can I do? So I'm like, okay, I got an idea. I was like, I'm going to just go to a random bar and I'm going to buy everybody around. Like, that's going to be what I do on St. Patty's Day. So,
Bro, that's nice of you.
so I went, but it's like I would have spent that amount of money on booze anyway. Now I just don't have to drink it. And I could go to a bar. So I ended up going to this bar, buying around for everybody. And it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I just hung out for like an hour and a half. There's this great guy, Art, that came up to me. It was the first guy who was like, hey, thanks for the round. Like, I wasn't even going to come here today. And then my son texted me while I was having coffee. And, Art's like maybe like, he's retired, like in his early 70s or something like that. He walks like he's kind of, done work for a living. And so anyway, he just comes up, super nice guy, asked me, he's like, so what do you do? I told him about this. I was like, oh, you got to check out this black guy I talk to once a week. And he's like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. So he went, whatever.
Yeah, shout out to Art.
Cool to hang out.
Was it Art Monk?
No, it wasn't. He was like an Italian dude. But it was hilarious because he was with his buddy who was even older than he was. And he was like, hey, yeah, that's my buddy Mike over there. And the old guy is like passed out in the corner of the bar. And I'm like, oh man, he started early. He's like, no, he just has low blood sugar. So he gets sleepy from time to time. I'm like, okay. But it was just one of those experiences where he's telling me all this random stuff, and I'm just like, oh, dude, this is what it's all about. Like, this is why I came down and bought around, like, because to get this kind of conversation, it's the best in the world, dude. So I ended up talking to Art another, 5-10 minutes later on before I left. Like, he was just such a sweet guy. It was really, really fun. So
That's what it's all about, man.
I think that's going to be my new tradition, is just find a random bar on St. Patty's Day, walk in and buy around at like fucking 11 o'clock in the morning when all the savages are out.
I like the sound of that, man. I do. That's a nice gesture. Also putting yourself in a situation that you can still walk out of, because maybe at one point you couldn't go into a bar and not drink, and now you can. So that's what's up, man. That's definitely what's up.
Yeah.
I like the decision, my guy.
Thanks, man. No, it was a lot of fun. And then I got to come home and then cook, which, corned beef and cabbage takes a long time. But I did actually, I had 3 briskets. It's just brisket, pickled brisket. I had 3 of them, so I put 2 of them in the water to boil, to simmer. And I put one on the smoker for a little while before I stuck it back in the pot with everything else. That one turned out really good, but so it was nice. We just had a little bit of controlled chaos. Like, people just came in randomly. Some people ate, some people didn't. Just kind of brought the kids, didn't bring the kids. You know, it was just kind of whatever, all over the place for a few hours. So it was a lot of fun. It was really nice.
What's up, man? That's what the holiday's about. Friends, family, fellowship, bro.
Exactly.
Respect.
Any which way you got to do it. Just make it fit your own mold. Oh, and then, you know what else I did this weekend was I went a little comedy crazy this weekend. So I did stand up again at Liquid Zoo in Van Nuys, the beautiful Van Nuys, Sepulveda, and Sherman Way, where nothing ever goes wrong. Especially after midnight.
There you go.
But yeah, so that was interesting. It was fun. It was, it's just one of those things where, you know, I know for sure that the biggest thing is you need to get up and get reps. Just do it over and over and over. But I was like, oh man, I feel like I got my dick kicked in a little bit. Even though it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. It was just like, I tried something different. I tried to more do a improvisational, just kind of get up there knowing that I already had some premises and just kind of wing it. And I was like, yeah, maybe don't do that next time. Maybe fully prepare. But it didn't go bad. It was just one of those things where I was like, fucking all right, man. That's the way that went. All right, get back up and do it again. So anyway, but the big part about it is, you know, that was on a Sunday night, getting home at, you know, whenever the fuck I got home, like 2 something in the morning, and then winding down, going to sleep, getting up and doing the kids for school on Monday. You know, just kind of getting used to that. I was like, okay, it's a little bit tiring, and then got to do some regular stuff on Monday, like got to take care of the house and do all the normal things. Kids had a dentist appointment, so I had to do the dentist, which they did phenomenal, so I'm super proud of them for that. And then Monday night, I went out to, they had a comedy show. Funny enough, is the place I went and bought the Round on St. Paddy's Day. They have comedy on Monday nights. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Let me come back for this comedy. So, I was just being an asshole and like direct messaging like, hey, any chance I could fucking get up there? Even though it's like a set show, you have to pay a cover to get in. It's not an open mic or anything. I'm still like trying to wedge my foot in the door like, hey man, any extra time, 2 minutes, I don't care what it is, like let me get up there. So whatever. So anyway, I just went there and it was like introduced myself to the people that run the show and I was like, oh, I guess I'm just watching today, but that's all right. So went and watched, but it was a completely different experience too, because it was like, oh, okay, these people are a lot more professional than, you know, just the kind of spots that I've been doing, because the spots I've been doing are open mic, like workout rooms. You know what I mean? It's like it's a lot of other comics. It's not necessarily a regular crowd. So then I saw some people that did really well. There was this fucking, the very first guy at the Monday show gets up, really funny, right off the bat, really funny. And then some dude walks up the stairs from the bar, like pretty loudly, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be one of these people, kind of belligerent and hammered already. And then chooses to walk not behind where all the seats are, but like right in front of where the stage is. And that's kind of like, okay, everybody, including the comic, like looks at him like, okay. And then he keeps trying to go on with this set, and then this dude just keeps like interrupting. So much so to where the guy's like, listen, dude, you got to chill out or you're going to get kicked out. Like, I can't even go on with my set anymore because you're just being louder than I am, and I have a microphone. Like, what's up, dude? So eventually, like, a couple minutes later, this dude got strong-armed out of there. And, like, it's so funny to see a Billy Badass dude that's just, like, starts to get his temper up. Like, what's this little punk gonna do? He's, you know, this guy's, like, 5'5". You know, he addresses how small he is in his act. Like, nothing. Short little white dude, looks kind of like a nerd, whatever. And, you know, this guy's like being kind of belligerent, like bolstering up. And then you see like security come over and like, dude, you gotta chill, and then walk away, and then he's just mouthing off more, and they're like, fuck this. They go walk over, and then big security guys got him like kind of bear hugged with one arm and like leading him with the other, like, I'm not gonna hurt you, but if you make a move, I have a free hand to hurt you. And this dude just goes from super tough to super chill, like, I don't like being touched like this. I don't like being touched like this. Like, and then starts like, I know Vinny, and everybody's like, oh, okay, Vinny's gonna be fucking embarrassed to know you.
Or Vinny's gonna second what I'm doing and not acknowledge that he knows you anyway. So, bro, just relax in here.
But then
you can't go out.
Turns out this guy did have a funny story tag along with him, which this guy never should have been allowed. You know, once he came up the stairs like that, they should never let him in the show. But the group he was with, like, stayed and chilled. They were like, okay, like, obviously this guy's fucking bananas before, and they're like, whatever, he'll figure it out, but we paid to get in here, so we're staying. So another comic comes up a few later, because everybody's kind of bombing now because the energy in the room is super weird. That being said, it was also different for me to see a show of, like, comics that aren't necessarily great, but some of them are pretty good, and then having people at a show that actually came to see comics and laugh. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe don't be so hard on yourself, because you're working rooms where people are half paying attention and listen to other good comics all day long. So if you're not getting all these reactions, that's all right. Because indifference is the worst thing. I'd rather get fucking booed or cheered than fucking have somebody just sit there and do nothing. Ugh, that's the worst.
There you go. That's worse.
I need a reaction of some kind. So, turns out this fucking lunatic...
Let me know what's up.
That, yeah, exactly. Let me know what to work on. So this lunatic fucking... I guess the comic was like, yeah, and then apparently earlier there was a fist fight outside, and these dudes were like going at it. One guy gets knocked out, and the guy who did the knocking out, a bus drives by right at that time, and he just gets on the bus and gets the fuck out of there. Well, apparently, this guy was the guy that knocked out the other guy, took off on the bus, and then just came back to the show like an hour later. Like, he just rode the bus around so he wouldn't get in trouble, and then came right back to his friends. So this guy was just causing trouble all day long.
All day. Well, yeah, he should have never been in the place to be. He was good thing the security put him out. He probably would have caused more trouble at some point.
Oh, 100%. He's the kind of guy that was about to walk up to the stage and like be like, "You can't talk to me like that." So it was good that they had somebody come in and fucking clean that shit up, because it can go sideways quick. So
really quickly.
I don't know. That's
alcohol, inebriation, and man pride.
Yeah, people getting their feelings hurt. Ooh. Oh,
especially a grown man getting his feelings hurt or feeling.
By the way,
another man embarrassed him.
The hill that this guy was trying to stand on was the guy that was on stage. He had won. He was telling a story about how he did DraftKings, and he's one of the dudes that won $1 million. He's like, you can look it up. Here's my name. Here's, what week I won. Look it up. I won. And so the guy in the audience took that as
$1 million on DraftKings.
Yeah. So the guy in the audience took that as a flex that he didn't appreciate. So he starts saying like, I got money. I got chains. I got a chain. I got money. And the guy's like, okay, but you having a chain has nothing to do with my bit. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't say that, but he's kind of just like, that's cool, man. I can't use that. Please shut up, But here's the thing. The guy wasn't wearing a chain. He had to get up, walk over to three other people to where his girl was sitting and be like, stand up, show him. Stand up, show him. She's wearing my chain. Stand up and show him. Like, bro, you only got one chain and she's wearing it? I wouldn't be fucking bragging about that shit, man. Why don't you just sit down?
A dude who just talked about winning a whole $1 million, bro. Like,
yeah, like you're gonna flex back on that? Like, you can't even see straight. You're wearing cargo shorts at a comedy show, buddy. Relax. You decided this was your outfit to go out in public. Like, this is you dressing up. Fucking chill out, bro. It was just so funny. Like, oh man, there's gonna be these kind of people like everywhere.
Everywhere. That's gonna be your life.
Whatever. I gotta temper myself because I would have just ripped that guy's fucking head off. Psychological warfare, but I gotta be careful with that kind of stuff. So it was cool to see somebody else and how they dealt with it and all that stuff. I'm like, yeah. Maybe pump the brakes instead of eviscerate this dude. Because I would have leaned in hard. And I probably shouldn't do that to everybody.
As you probably should sometimes. Look, I mean, you're a man too. So,
I guess it's about
5'2", and didn't think he probably could stand up to him, so was trying to avoid it. You're 6'2" or whatever you are, so you're a little bit more of a man. No offense to the comedy dude, and you probably ain't gonna let nobody talk to you like that, which I'm in total agreement with. So.
Yeah, but here's the problem, dude. Here's the problem.
Also, if it's Mike Tyson, you're probably going to act like he did in that same situation. Like, yep. I mean, I don't want a problem, but yeah, bro, you're messing up my bit.
You gave to me,
right?
yeah.
So,
see,
it all depends, I guess.
The issue is like, I'm also being a bigger guy in stature. Is like before when I would go to bars and stuff, like everybody sizes everybody up when you walk into somewhere. Doesn't matter what it is, but especially a bar somewhere that, testosterone's flying high. I'd have people fuck with me just because they wanted to go up to one of the bigger people in the room. And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking here by myself. So also looking the way I do, it also invites a lot of people that want to test their fucking fortitude, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, that's not what I'm here for. But so I get a lot of unsolicited static that
I'm sure.
But here's the thing is when I'm up on stage with a microphone, it's not going to be unsolicited. I'm going to fucking I'm going to be engaging in it, so it's like, where do we draw the line here, buddy? I don't know. I'm going to need you to just come with me.
You mess with me and I got the mic, I'm just going to crack jokes on you. You want to be embarrassed? You think this is embarrassing? I'll embarrass you with this microphone in my hand. You're going to be angry. And I'm not worried because security's going to get you, bro.
See, but that's the thing is you got to I got to make sure that I know who security is, because sometimes people are like, I'm not fucking going over there. That guy's going to whoop my ass.
You got to.
Yeah, got to make sure we know who's working the door, I guess. That's going to be key.
Exactly. Definitely key.
Oh, speaking of scumbags, have you heard anything about this Phil Mickelson fellow? The golfer?
I heard a little, but...
Oh, man. So,
story.
The Masters, I'll give you the Reader's Digest. So, the Masters is coming up in golf, which is the biggest golf tournament of the year. It's the biggest one. It's they get the special jacket, the whole 9 yards. So Phil Mickelson is one of golf's most famous athletes. He has been known over the years for a little bit of tax evasion, using his charity to move money around. This guy is a prolific gambler on the golf course, to where he's doing like practice rounds, playing $10,000 a hole, calling people pussies if they're not going to play with them. A real fun dude. Just a really cool guy. So that's kind of just the background of who he is. He's kind of like a cutthroat dick that is a little shady with money. So the Saudi, whatever, they're calling it the Saudi League, I guess. Saudi Arabia is putting together a golf league, and they're trying to pull some talent from the PGA Tour. Colin Morikawa was a big one. They tried to get Rory McIlroy. Phil Mickelson was one of these names. So Phil is quoted as he was trying to deal with this Saudi league, and the PGA Tour is not happy about it. They're like, listen, man, anybody that goes plays with them is banned for life. Like, if you leave us to go to them, you cannot come back. This is it. You're signing a deal with the devil, and we're not having any part of that. And so Phil's like, yeah, well, I'm not, he's like playing both sides a few weeks ago, and he's trying to negotiate with the Saudi League, whatever. So it comes out that's supposedly off mic, off record, whatever, not off mic because it was recorded. Phil Mickelson's saying, like, no, I'm not going to deal with those Saudi people. Like, they're murderers. Like, they're, like, the worst people ever. Like, they're killing journalists. They're doing all this stuff. He's like, I'm just trying to leverage them to get the PGA to pay all the players more and treat them better. And so that came out, and the Saudi League's like, oh, fucking really? Well, we're not talking to you anymore. And the PGA is like, oh, no. You're trying to leverage us? Guess who's not coming back in? So it's like one of those things where Phil Mickelson is now in the middle of both things, and now he's not playing in the Masters because he pissed off both sides. And I don't know when he'll be able to come back to golf, because the PGA is just kind of like, screw you, man. You already have a bad rep, and then now you're pulling this kind of crap? No thanks, dude.
They're about to be done with that guy.
They should be. He's old as fuck anyway.
That's what I'm saying. He's old as fuck. He had his run. It's over. Go on to the next person, buddy.
Oh, but isn't that nice? When you get canceled in golf, it's like you just stop showing up for tournaments, and that's your punishment.
Gonna lie, it was a smart idea, though. It was a very smart idea. He's just a fool letting somebody record him say, why do these people always get recorded saying the most dumb
By the way, this was during an article. Like, he was being interviewed for an article, and then the guy wasn't.
Which is even worse.
Yeah, they were, like, done with the article questions and then just sitting there shooting the shit, but the mic was still on. And Phil's like, oh, I thought that was off the record. It's like, so what? You still shouldn't be saying that to anybody, ding-dong.
Ding dong head, just like Donald Sterling leaving that voicemail on the lady's voicemail. Like, you couldn't just wait till you actually talk to her on the phone when
Sterling
you
was an
recording.
old, senile, racist fuck. Like, he doesn't know what was
racist
going
as shit,
on.
and he knew that he was leaving a voice message, which means it's recorded. Doo-doo brain.
I know,
like,
but he's so old. He's too old.
Yeah, bro. Like, damn, why do so? Not saying that he didn't deserve to get caught, because I don't like racist shit. Don't get me wrong, but like, bro, like, just being so dumb about it pisses me off.
All right, hang on though.
Why be so dumb?
Listen,
about it?
we're gonna have to open this box a little bit. Of all the people that deserve to be racist, not saying that he should be, but listen, he's got.
What reason does Donald Sterling have to be racist?
Because. I'm not saying, look, he set himself up to fail, okay? By putting these hot young chicks around these very famous, cool black athletes, okay? But I'm just saying, if ever there was a person that's like, God damn, these black guys keep taking everything. All right, maybe it's that guy. I'm saying he's delusional, but I'm still saying, like, I could see his delusional angle where he's like, man, they keep taking everything I want. It's like, yeah, well, you keep trying to pay for something you shouldn't have. So, yeah. But in his delusional brain, he's like, yeah, those guys aren't nice to me.
Yo, I get the point you're making. That being said, I get it. I mean, there's a dude who went on a killing spree for the same thing because he couldn't get no girl. So,
yeah.
I mean, I guess when it comes to that, like, it makes sense in a way, like, oh, man,
so what you're saying, Mike,
yeah,
is Donald Sterling is a hero to the black community.
Donald Sterling was different because he's rich. Like, you don't, like, regardless of, okay, so they took those girls, then go find some more to buy or something. Like, bro, like, you're rich. Like, you might not be able to get that set of women, but you can get some women just based on the fact that you're rich.
By the way, that's the difference between having money and not having money. Is if you're a serial rapist and you're poor, you're a piece of shit and you are fucking done. You're the worst scum of the earth. Those are the creepiest documentaries to ever see ever. However, if you have money, then you just eat some pudding pops in jail for a little while and you fucking scoot on out whenever you feel like it. And then you're like, yeah. No, that's not a big deal. I have money.
They make you look pretty good in these documentaries when you got money. So they try to sugarcoat shit, turn it sideways, put it under the void. They try to find different ways to make it look good when you got money.
It's
Because
crazy.
Donald Trump has been made to look so decent in so many of these documentaries when he's rolling around with like these creepers and these pedophiles and shit.
Oh yeah, he's one of the creepiest of all creeps.
I saw him there, but only at this time on this day, and there were no underage kids there on the day he was there. Yeah, okay.
Dude, I will say Donald Trump has better secrets than like any unclassified or classified UFO fucking shit. Like Area 51's got nothing on the Don. Like fucking
Trump.
that dude has secrets about secrets.
If he ever went like full rat, he probably could bring down half the United States. Like he probably knows a lot about a lot of people.
100%, dude. You do not get to be that big of a dick and that high of a whatever. He got basically everything he ever wanted, and you don't get that without fucking knowing shit about everybody. That guy's wild.
That's why they let him do.
Oh shit! All right.
That's why they let him do anything he wants because he knows shit about them that they don't want to get out in the world. So they're like, yeah, bro, like we don't want you saying and doing that, but we ain't gonna put you in jail because you might tell on us. So just relax a little bit, bro.
I know. This guy's bananas. He's got to come in and talk this Putin guy off the ledge and get reelected. And fucking whole shitstorm's going to start again.
Oh, he's going to be, he's going to probably be reelected. Let's just go ahead.
Yeah.
Put that out there.
Whatever.
Which
get
I'm
your
not
fucking
totally
tax dollars in order.
Right, people.
We'll figure it out.
You get your tax. Are you saying get your tax dollars in order for Trump? You better get your tax dollars in order for the next 4 years for this guy we got now. Gas is the highest it's ever been.
No, I
Taxes
know.
are probably the highest they've ever been. This shit is not pretty. It's not pretty.
It's dude, everything's ridiculous right now, and I don't care to talk about it. You know what else ridiculous? The Dodgers. The Dodgers are ridiculous and all their Freddie Freeman bullshit.
Yo, where the hell do they keep getting all this money from?
Magic Johnson's AIDS cure.
Yo, actually, now that you say that, it's not even a joke. That might be where they're getting it from, bro. Like, they're signing $100 million guy every year. Like, how the hell you got money for that? Like, bro, who on their team in their starting nine doesn't make $100 million?
Yeah, dude, they're like, hey, we're going to get rid of Corey Seager's, like, $8 million a year contract. And you're like, oh, okay. Oh, so we could sign Freddie Freeman to like a $23 million a year, whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, because we replaced him with another guy who makes $20 million. How much this trade makes? Like $20 million? Or they just re-sign him?
Yeah, something crazy.
Bro, like their catcher might not make $100 million, and then like their entire outfield, who they got Bellinger, who makes probably $100 million. Oh no, Bellinger's still in this rookie, like in that rookie shit, right? Like he's still getting that like Aaron Judge money.
I think for one more year, yeah. But they pay AJ Pollock good money. They just signed Chris Taylor to a decent contract, and Mookie's Mookie.
Exactly. And your pitching staff is like $400 million guys, so it doesn't matter. What the?
They got rid of Bombs Away Jansen, which is good, but they re-signed Kershaw for one more year.
Exactly. Who's probably making $20 million this year? Then what? Did they keep your boy?
I don't have any boys on the Dodgers.
I mean, they picked up from the Nats. What's his name?
Trey Turner?
No, not Trey Turner. The pitcher.
Oh, Max Scherzer?
Yeah.
No, he's on the Mets. Remember, he signed that crazy deal, 3 years, $130 million with a player option opt out after each year. Fucking bananas contract. Woo!
I forgot about that. Yeah, Scherzer went to the
Yeah, he's like, I'll make $40+ million a year, but if I ever feel like not playing, I'm just gonna go. And they're like, yeah, okay, that works for us. We're the Mets. Whatever you want.
These contracts in pro sports are getting out of control. Bro.
Well, your boys, the Red Sox just signed Xander's replacement next year, Trevor Story.
No, we're not replacing. Xander's not going anywhere, bro.
Trevor Story's going to play second base for this year, but they signed him to a $140 million contract.
Yeah, but Xander's under contract. Why would we get rid of Xander? Till
next year. Then next year, he's a free agent.
Yeah, and we're going to re-sign Xander, bro. Like, we're not going to let Xander walk.
I highly doubt
You
that.
can't let Xander walk. He's pretty much the second or third best hitter on the team.
Yeah, but you
And
just signed Trevor Story.
Yes, to play second base because we stink at second base. We have no second baseman. We haven't had a second baseman since Pedroia left. So we needed a second baseman. He's a pretty good second baseman.
He's a good
But
shortstop.
I don't know what the hell they're doing with money because they're not re-signing. Like, I don't understand what the fuck they're doing with Rafael. Like, if they don't re-sign Rafael, none of this matters because he's the best hitter on the team. Period. It's not even close.
Well,
Sorry to say.
Wow. What do you feel?
And then you bring JBJ back, which means we definitely need a great hitter on the team because JBJ is hitting 200 at best. That's it. He's a 200 guy. He's great defensively, and he hits 200, which is fucking.
I don't care about your stinky Red Sox that much. I was just curious about the Trevor Story thing. And you know who's going to start raking, by the way? Like, if you play fantasy baseball, get this person. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Chris Bryant just signed a big fucking, 7-year deal to go to the Rockies. That dude is going to be hitting 45 home runs for the next 5 years. Easy.
You think? I think he's on the decline. I think it's a wrap.
81 games at Coors Field. Are you kidding me? That's all there. He's going to hit 260 and he'll hit 45 bombs a year.
Now you can't be mad at those numbers. Aaron Judge is probably going to be a free agent next year because the Yankees ain't going to pay that guy. I'm telling you.
Dude. He stinks.
I know.
Ugh. He's gross.
I don't think they're going to pay him, though. Excuse me. I don't think they're going to pay him.
You know who got paid? Traded and paid.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He got traded and paid to the Dolphins as breaking news. That just came out a couple hours ago. What do you think that does?
Receivers getting paid, bro.
What do you think that does to the
Dolphins?
Dolphins?
The market was going to go up. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Tua can't get it to him.
It's only good for Tyreek Hill. Actually, you know who was good for? He's Mr. Waddle. Now he's not going to be double covered. Whew! That boy is good.
Yeah, but they're both speed receivers, so then...
but Waddle goes over the middle. He does those 15, 18-yard ins. That's where and then he runs after the catch, and Tyreek Hill takes a safety over top. Telling you.
I guess you're right about that. Noodle arm. How'd you go get him for noodle arm? I really love to see him in the Jets. I ain't gonna lie. With Wilson's arm, now that would have been something. But for $30 million a year, making the highest pay over Adams.
And then Devontae Adams is over with your boy fucking Derek Carr now. Now Derek Carr's actually gonna have a good year after I was talking all that shit because he finally has a decent...
He had a great year last year. He had a good year last year.
I just hate him so much.
You feel about him like I do about Matt Stafford, so we're equal there.
Good, fine, whatever. So do you think that the Raiders are now a viable threat in the AFC fucking West?
With the combination of the moves, with them getting Adams and then Tyreek Hill going out the division, I might put them 1, definitely 2.
But Juju Smith-Schuster, I think, is a better fit for sorry, I just blanked out. Not for the Chiefs in general, but for the way that Paddy Mahomes plays on those scramble routes. Juju Smith-Schuster's been doing that with Big Ben. I know, but Tyreek...
Without Tyreek, there's no one to take the top off the defense now. So what? What are you going to be doing?
You don't think Hardman's going to step up and be that deep threat?
Who?
Yeah, I was saying Hardman. You don't think he's going to step up and be the deep threat?
I don't think he's that good. I just don't believe he's that good.
I don't know that he's that good, but he's that fast.
Yeah, but he can't catch the ball. He can't go up and high point it like Tyreek. He's not Tyreek Hill. Ooh, this is going to be ugly. I have a feeling that this is going to be hurtful for the Chiefs, man.
Oh, for sure.
Loss.
I don't think it's as big a loss as you think, but I definitely
do. I think they're 9-8 team now. They're not elite anymore without Tyreek Hill.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, especially with that defense, like you were an offensive juggernaut because of Tyreek Hill. You're no longer a juggernaut. Like you don't put the fear in people. Tyreek Hill put fear in people when he lined up because he could take a hitch and go 80.
Yeah.
And give you a peace sign.
Oh. Speaking of peace signs,
It's
what
a
about
difference.
Matty Ice going to the Colts? They're just getting worse.
You think they're getting worse? I think they got better.
Well,
If they had
Carson
some
Wentz to
receivers.
Matt Ryan is like a lateral move.
I think Matt Ryan can be better with that line and that offense if they give him a couple more weapons. Because they're just Michael. I don't even know who else they got. That Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor. That's a good running game. He's never had really a great running game, except for when they went to the Super Bowl. This one he'll have probably the best running game in the league. Get him another receiver and a tight end. I think Matty Ice is okay behind that offensive line.
We'll see, man.
I
I
think
think the Colts just
touchdown, 8 interception guy.
yeah, but the Colts just keep doing this 1 year, 2 year fix thing. They're not like
That's the problem. That's the problem.
They're not
There's
investing.
nothing lasting.
I could see what they should have done was go after your boy Baker. That would have been an okay
Baker's
fit.
not out of the realm of possibility because they got Matt Ryan for pretty much nothing. He don't cost them anything, so they can probably make. Baker only makes $18 million, so they can make it a quarterback competition if they want. But they came out and said they never even made an offer for Baker, so they don't even like Baker or something. Like something's up there.
Yeah.
Because why would y'all not make an offer for Baker? I mean, Baker's not that good, but he's an upgrade over Ellinger for sure. But if you think he's immature and don't want him in your locker room, then that's a whole different, that's just a different ballgame.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think about good old Deshaun Watson there? Fucking, like, not only does he get to play again, he got a fucking monster contract.
Yeah, but that's my thing with Baker. Everybody's talking about Baker going somewhere else. Baker's going to have a job for a couple of weeks. Like, Deshaun's getting suspended. So the Browns might not be trading Baker for the simple fact is they're going to need somebody to start quarterback while Deshaun's suspended. Because if everybody think he's just not going to get suspended at all, he's going to get at least 6 games.
He's got to. He's got to.
Yeah,
but
they suspended Zeke for 6 games without any charges. Like nothing ever charged against him. This man had to miss a whole season because of charges. He's got to get at least 6 games.
Yeah. No, it's just interesting that
so
they
I believe
just
Baker's going to be the starter for the Browns, but 230 guaranteed for someone dealing with all that.
That's insane.
Would you have done it if you were the GM? Would you have done it?
No, I wouldn't have signed him in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, I might sign him once everything clear. I'm not guaranteeing you 230 million. I wouldn't even guarantee Mahomes 230 million, bro. Like guaranteed. So if you go out and tear an ACL tomorrow and don't recover correctly, I'm on the hook for $230 million over the next 5 years. What?
It's the worst.
I'll maybe do 3 fully guaranteed like they did for your boy in Minnesota. But that's it. I'm not 5-year guaranteeing anything. Like, you can get shot in 5 years. No offense, but, like, bro, a whole bunch of shit can happen in 5 years. Like, what?
Agreed.
It's just like, No, they just wanted to, like, they haven't had, if you look at the list of quarterbacks the Browns have had, they've been through, like, 27 quarterbacks. They're like, yo, we're done with this shit. What do you need, buddy? We need a quarterback.
Oh, desperation.
So...
Well, and then
inspirational.
You know, who's not desperate is those Bucks. They just signed Leonard Fournette. They locked him up 3 years.
Yeah, for
I know it's not the best sign in the world, but all they need is somebody like Leonard Fournette.
Tom Brady. Yeah, I mean, he worked with Tom Brady. I'm not mad at the signing. I'm just mad at Tom Brady. He retired for 40 days. Like, that shit just pisses me off.
Why? That's what Tom Brady does.
Because he didn't have a real reason to quit in the first place. Like, you just wanted some attention, bro. That's it. Like, but you're the greatest quarterback of all time, so you shouldn't need attention, bro. Like, you are Tom Brady, bro. Like,
all right, let me ask you this. I got a bet with a couple of other gentlemen that I'm very close to. Do you think that Big Ben, there's any chance he comes out of retirement?
no.
No? None? Zero chance?
Nope. I think the NFL was done with Big Ben just as Big Ben was done with the NFL. I think this was like the perfect way for him to go out. Like you don't even hear his name like brought up or anything. Like they just keep him away from the game. Like cause they had to deal with that last 4 or 5 years after the rape stuff and just had to deal with it. Didn't get suspended. Then nothing happened to him. And NFL just had to sit on their hands with that. They're like, bro, we're glad you gonna stay there. We don't want to hear your name no more. Stay the heck away from us, bro.
Fair enough. All right, fair enough. All right, let's talk about let's talk about your Golden Boys, your Tar Heels. They made it to the Sweet 16 as anticipated, even though they really did their best to give it away with the worst last possession of regulation I've ever seen in a game, and that's saying a lot.
You want to talk about just the last one? Because we can go down a list of how trash of a coaching job it was down the stretch with that press break. You run the same press break every time. Look. Oh, you should.
Notre Dame did the same exact thing. Bro, they did the same thing, but they lost.
Bro. Like, yeah, but you running the same press break every time. They know exactly what you're doing. Like, they literally can get on the sideline and be like, look, you know what? Don't worry about the first pass because they're not going to throw it there. We're going to trap exactly what we know they're throwing it because they literally did the same thing every time. For even on possessions, but we turned it over. The next time we got the ball, we still ran the exact same press break. Like he has no other press break. My goodness, like they froze up. And then in overtime, they act like they weren't frozen anymore. It was like, oh, we froze up for the last 5 minutes. Oh, now we're thawed out. Let's go. What? You secure the bag on the front and you don't have to play this other 5 minutes, bro.
It's because they were playing not to lose.
Yeah, it took a year off my life, but we made it.
Ay.
And now I got to deal with you California boys again. So
UCLA.
I did my Cowboys in the playoffs, and now my Tar Heels got to deal with UCLA.
Yeah, as long as Big Boy doesn't get fucking ejected in the first half.
I don't know, man. That's a matchup problem for him. He's always got, because he's not that great defensively, and a lot of scorers in college like play position. So this week he's got the number 24 guy from UCLA, most likely. I'm not worried about Drew Zane because my guy Leaky is the best defender in college. So somebody gets shut down, at least one guy.
All right.
If you got two guys, then I don't know.
Arizona almost lost.
We'll see Friday when we get here.
All right, Friday. Arizona almost lost, but they came through. Who do you have in the finals with Arizona?
I got Arizona. I got Final Four is Carolina.
Of course.
Who was it? Carolina and Carolina, Texas Tech, and then Arizona. Why can't I think of the fourth team that I had?
I had
can't think of the fourth team right
UCLA, now. Duke, Kansas, and Arizona. And then I have Duke and Arizona in the finals with Arizona winning.
I
know you can't pick Duke though, so.
No, I picked Texas Tech and I picked us to lose in the Final Four to Texas Tech. So I picked Texas Tech and Arizona, which was so fucking. I don't even know why I picked that. Because for real, if we lose, I have us losing around before the Purdue. If we lose, I ain't losing no goddamn Texas Tech. Sorry, excuse my language. I don't even know why I picked that on my.
Notre Dame shouldn't have lost to them.
Us to win the championship. Huh?
Notre Dame shouldn't have lost to them. Same thing.
They shouldn't have lost to them.
They're running the press break. They're coming down. Like, literally, the first pass goes up to the sideline by the Notre Dame bench, and then it kicks back out to the three-point line. Literally, the last, 5 possessions to where when they're bringing the ball down the court, the defender for the first pass by the sideline has his back to the half-court line because he's like, as soon as the ball comes in here, he's going to try and pass it back out. I don't even need to worry about him catching the ball. He will, but it's not going back out. And he just defended only half of the court, and the guy just, every single time, whoever had the ball for Notre Dame is like, oh, crap, what do I do with it? It's like, well, maybe stop running the same fucking play where they trap you and then you won't turn the ball over 3 out of the last 5 times. Like, what? Why? It's awful.
Stupid.
And so if Notre Dame could supposed to beat Texas Tech, I'm not worried about anybody else getting by them. Because Notre Dame shouldn't have been that far anyway. They were in the play-in game.
No, Notre Dame. I had Notre Dame. I had ACC going far because they underestimated our conference this year because we weren't that good. I'm like, the ACC is still the ACC, bro, which is why we have 3 teams in the final 16 because we are the ACC, bro.
But the ACC's also got to play itself, so, you know.
Exactly.
So that's
how the AFC West was gonna be, but now I think the Chiefs are. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, bro, that's gonna be tough.
Chargers might be the new team to beat.
I really like what the Chargers did, but the quarterback has to show me he can handle big moments.
Herbie,
last couple big moments he's been in. Yeah, last couple big moments he has big games, but big moments he hasn't been coming through in big moments, so he has to show me that first.
I hear you.
There's a difference to win games in the regular season, then have a big moment and be like, frozen.
Got you. All right. Well, have your eyeballs been frozen on nothing but basketball, or have you been watching your other standard shit?
I've been watching my standard shit, then I added Bad Vegan.
Oh, okay. I saw this thing on Netflix, but I stayed away from it because I don't really care.
Pretty interesting. I'm not finished yet, but yeah, I've definitely started. It's a pretty interesting thing.
All right. What do we got? Tell me about it.
Oh, just about different, fake, fraud fugitives and shit. Kind of like the other stuff that you put, like the Twin Swindler, all that stuff. Like that same ilk, but just it got its own twist. Like, it's pretty interesting.
But it's about vegans that are assholes.
I don't know why they call it Bad Vegan. I guess I haven't reached that far yet. It's just about fugitives and shit. And
fugitives?
Scamming fugitives. They're scamming people. Yeah, like they do a fraud and scamming people out of shit.
All right.
I don't know why they call it vegans. Maybe it'll add up at the end. I just got started, but it's interesting.
It's probably just clickbait, like everything else. And what?
And then Top Boy's back on. Top Boy?
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, actually. I saw that it came across my feed like, hey, you would probably like this. And I was like, wait, it's season 2, though. All right. So is that something that I should look into? Because it sounds awesome.
Oh, you might like it. Yeah. You'll probably like it. It's like ghetto boys selling drugs, killing.
Is it well done, though?
More reality based. Yeah, it's really well done. It's a good show. Good show.
All right. Well, then Top Boy it is. Because I was like, ooh, maybe I'll catch up on that.
They talk like English, so.
Yeah, because it's British, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're British drug dealers. Blah, blah,
Canadian,
blah.
something like that.
I think British is what I saw. Because I also watched Lupin, and so I think maybe that's why I kind of suggested this shit.
Lupin
was good. Oh, man. Did you, so I text you about what I was watching, Bust Down. Dude, I think we talked about it last week. Bust Down, I think it's only 6 episodes. I ran through those. It's fucking hilarious. Bust Down is so funny on Peacock. Yeah, it's so funny, dude. It's just wild craziness. Very, very silly. It's really, I just can't recommend it enough. If you have Peacock, go ahead and go to Bust Down. And then
Bust Down it is.
Also on HBO, I only saw like an episode and a half, but I started watching Peacemaker. Do you know what Peacemaker is?
No, me. I'm a peacemaker.
Yeah, I wish. I'm more of a shit starter than a peacemaker, but that's okay. Yin and Yang, Mike. Yin and Yang. It's the superhero that John Cena, it's a show about the superhero John Cena is in Suicide Squad, but he's got his own spin-off show. And I'm like, ugh, that probably is awful. But turns out it's kind of fun. It's very silly, but they kind of introduce that right off the bat. But then it does have its superhero stuff. It's rated mature. There's a lot of cursing involved, so I like that kind of dirty humor or whatever. It was pleasantly surprising. Surprisingly pleasant.
I'll give it a look, but I don't really do superhero stuff. But
Me neither. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, but I would say that if it's late at night and you're kind of like, I don't really know what I want to watch, but I'm just kind of sick of watching the same old stuff, Peacemaker is for that situation. That is what Peacemaker is for. It's just goofy. Put it on. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but it's something on the background that's colorful and actiony. Or you kind of get sucked in. You're like, okay, all right, what's up, Peacemaker? So, anyway.
Hey, what's up, Peacemaker?
Yeah, so I'll be checking out more of that, and then I'm gonna dig into Top Boy because I was already intrigued about that. So now that you gave it the go ahead, then I'm gonna be diving into that this week. So we'll see if I catch up by next week because I'm looking to binge something because I keep falling asleep to Vikings Valhalla at night. It's just the best, dude. It's the best. Just that slow, stalky murder with axes. It's so soothing. I don't know.
Vikings Valhalla.
I love all that kind of shit. Dragons, it's the best. I know, your favorite. Whatever.
You love you some dragons, my guy.
I do. I love that medieval shit. But I also like a lot of other old shit. Like our Spotify playlist this week, it's going to be Curtis Mayfield and the Strokes. I wrote down the Kinks, but it's supposed to be the Strokes because, I don't know, I think I was listening to something else while I was making the playlist. My brain got all scrambled. ADHD at its finest, people. This is what we do.
Or it can be the Kinky Strokes.
Ooh. I like that, Billy Squire, the Stroke. We can do this for days. Oh, but instead, just be sure to check us out on Instagram. You can check us out at Black Irish Pod, myself at Brendala7, and Mike at Black Irish 213. Check us out on YouTube or wherever you podcast. And do us a favor, share. It's just fun to share. So everybody likes to have something in common with somebody else. Make this be the thing that you have in common with somebody else. You both listen to the Black Irish Podcast. So, on that note, Mike, I love you so much. Nice haircut, buddy.
Love you too, bro. And that wasn't me showing my haircut. I was taking a bow.
I know you were, but I just noticed your shining dome. It looked all nice and good. So,
yes, man. I needed it. It was bad out here, bro. I was recording looking like a slave.
Ew, looking like a slave. Now you look like somebody who can't figure out how to wear that hat. Oh, see if Mike figures it out next week. But until then, love each other. We love y'all. Take care. Peace.